when I was going there, and you know, we were working on Times Square, and we were working in the back streets of Times Square, and I'll tell you right now, at first hand, we were taking the crackheads. We would approach them, and we take the crack valves, you know, the pipes, and we would crack them. We would get them out of the street. Dirty. They weren't like just passing around looking pretty. I remember making an arrest. I made an arrest myself, actually, personally.
Wow.
Because, yeah. Because in the Guardian Angels, what they do is they give training for everybody. So, for example, you could be like the team leader for the group, and there's always a group of 4 to 6 or 8. We don't carry weapons, and I'll tell you right now, that's 100% guarantee we don't carry. I'm not Guardian Angel no more, but, you know. But weapons. But all right. So what happens is like you get team leader. So they say, okay, everybody gets a code name. My code name was Navajo. It was from the Native American tribes. I like the Native Americans. I respect them. I don't know if I'm disrespecting them by using their name, but I hope they understand. But what do you call it? So anyway, to get to the story, I was in charge of about 4 or 5 guys, and it was myself, the team leader, or whatever, the safety patrol leader. I'm not going to give descriptions of color and all that because I don't want to make a bad thing, whatever. But anyway, so this guy, he robbed this other business guy, okay? He grabbed this briefcase, so he started running away. So I seen it, so we started chasing him. So we surrounded him, and I told the guy, what do you call that? The am I correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we said, okay, look, you're not gonna pass through us, so just give up, and that's it, you know. And the guy, you know, he just gave up. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that because he said, oh, you know, because I'm gonna tell you, I've been in arrest with other Guardian Angels and other team leaders because whoever's the leader. I mean, unless he gets crazy, then you can step in. But most of the time, you have to say, you know, do what he says. And I've been on arrest. Like this guy once took like a case of beer from a store, and the guy goes, yeah, the guy chased. So it was funny because we saw the guy, and we saw him going into one of those peep shows, and he was ready to go through the turnstile. And all the guys just grabbed him, not me, but there was like guys. So like 2, 3 guys. They grabbed this guy and pulled him over and threw him in the street on the sidewalk. And so what I'm saying is, I've been on arrest and the other things that we've done that it got too sloppy because everybody's grabbing everybody. I mean, the intentions are good. I'm not saying they should have done nothing, but it could have been a little bit more organized, and that's just some leadership, and not everybody.
Absolutely.
But I'm just telling you some detailed stories. It's not to criticize anything. But let me tell you something else. That there's been a guy sliced in his face. One time there was a little riot, and one guy got sliced on his face, and he had about 15 stitches on his face. So. And these guys would go on Times Square, and this will be closing up with the Guardian Angels, but they would go on Times Square, and I'll tell you, I've been on some scary moments. We used to break up those 3-card Monty guys. You know what I'm talking about? Those guys that would throw those cards around, and then you would say, okay, which card? And then they would say, okay, you want to lose?
Yep.
They would have like a cardboard box, okay. But let me tell you something. Those guys are very dangerous. There's about 20 of those guys. With one box, wherever you see one box, there's about 20 guys around. What they do is, win or lose, you're always a loser, okay? Because if you win, when you walk the corner, because they catch tourism, you know, the tourists there, so they know already that you're not gonna see these people after a week or 2. So once you turn the corner, they would grab you and take their money back, you know. And if you lose, you lose. That's it. And if you try to make a fit, there's 20 guys with them. So what the Guardian Angels used to do is we used to actually walk, and I've been in some of these cases, and break up these boxes and cards. We would just go through the middle of them and just break everything. And I'll tell you right now, there was a couple of fights in the streets. These guys wouldn't put up with it. And I'll tell you, there was a guy, and